Greetings, esteemed guests. Thank you for the invitation to speak of the lives and hopes of those living on the fringes of the third pole, of those along the shores of the Bay of Bengal, lives interlinked with the mangroves in the Sundarbans, which is the mouth of the greatest of the rivers of the third pole, the Ganges, Brahmaputra, Meghna. The mangroves are the protectors and the nurturers of the people and of the land. Of course, as important as the Amazon rainforests and the Congo Basin in terms of environment, but far more in terms of lives saved. For 1.6 billion people are today facing the impact of glacial melts and climate disasters from the mighty Himalayas to our beloved land of Bangladesh and the mangrove forests of the third pole. Bangladesh, which is with its 170 million people on 148,000 square kilometers, seventh on the Global Risk Index, is highest on population impact. 50% of the land is submerged annually, facing the cascading impacts of the melting snows, rising sea level changes, and resultant salination. Founded 22 years ago, our organization Friendship today reaches over 7.5 million people with direct services annually, focusing on saving lives, climate action, poverty alleviation, and empowerment. Our interconnected model weaves these priorities into and creates a resilience, empowerment, and empowered communities. From healthcare deliveries by our pioneer ship hospitals to education, skills training, entrepreneurship, and ensuring communities to understand and protect both environment and human values. For we realize only together can changes happen. What is safety and livelihood for communities if the very land you stand on is washed away because it's unprotected? Hence, Friendship started its mangrove reforestation projects. Today, the largest and longest standing private mangrove afforestation project in Bangladesh. The Sundarbans is the world's largest mangrove forest, a protector of life, livelihood, and land from ferocious and new and frequent cyclones and tidal waves which break away land and the forest. Deforestation is reality. New lands are quickly taken up by people for livelihood. Every inch of land, protection vanishes away in today's needs. Hence, to ensure communities understand and have the time and ability to wait for the livelihood from the mangroves, we need to revisit with them the importance and ensure that the 5 to 6 years when no income comes to them from the land, they have some alternative livelihood possibilities. As seed collectors and guardians of the nurseries, the planters of the trees, and then as caretakers of the forest. As the community is integral to the project, they know and they learn also the importance of the mangrove for their survival and their protection. It is not for one man's interests. Its role is to create solidarity engulfing the whole community. Thus, only then, when life sprouts from the forests and each hectare brings 30 families' income of more than $3 a day, does livelihood restart from their mother, as they call the forest. Fishermen come from far to fish in the adjacent rivers as marine life blooms once again. Flora and fauna thrive, honey, fruits, crabs, fish, all revitalizing biodiversity and the ecosystem for sustenance. Mangroves bring 7 times more in carbon sequestration as does tropical forests. All wins. Globally, mangroves save 65 billion annually in storm protection. In Sri Lanka, post-2004 tsunami, studies showed damage costs were 10 times lower in areas which were protected by the mangroves compared to deforested areas. Do we learn really its importance for saving lives and finances of this world? Friendship has planted over 600,000 saplings covering 200 hectares of forests. kilometers and kilometers of riverbanks and mudflats to protect embankments with plans for thousands more. As communities begin to take ownership of the plantation, they are securing their future through solidarity and the nurturing of their land. How can we not understand the importance of mangroves in saving lives and livelihood, from the onslaught happening to climate changes today? Through no fault of her own, Mashkura is ostracized for her miscarriages. Bonumani Mondol, who lost all his lands and livelihood, they live. Yet they pay the price needlessly over and over because ocean waters creep inland, salinizing their homes with no mangroves to shield them. We need to ensure the third pole is recognized by all for its ecosystem landscape and protected, as are other recognized ecosystems today. We need this now for our coming tomorrow.